Hey everyone, welcome back! Today we're tackling something that a lot of people don't even know is possible inside Microsoft Word. And once you see it, you're going to want to use it in every form you build. We're going to build a dependent dropdown. That means you have two dropdown fields in your form, and whatever the user picks in the first one completely changes the options available in the second one. So the second dropdown is always relevant, always clean, and never shows options that don't apply. No confusion, no wrong answers. It's a much smarter form. And the best part? We're building this entirely inside Microsoft Word. No third-party tools, no expensive software, just Word and a tiny bit of Visual Basic code that I'm going to hand you. You won't need to write a single line yourself. Before we do anything, we need to make sure the Developer tab is visible in your Word ribbon. This is where all the form field tools live, and it's hidden by default. Right-click anywhere on the ribbon at the top of Word. In the menu that pops up, click Customize the ribbon. The Word Options window opens. On the right side, you'll see a list of main tabs. Scroll down until you find Developer. If the checkbox next to it is empty, click it to check it, then click OK. And there it is. The Developer tab is now showing in your ribbon. You only need to do this once. Once it's enabled, it stays there. Now let's add the actual drop-down fields to our form. Click at the end of your first question, right where you want the drop-down to appear. Go to the Developer tab, find the Controls section in the ribbon, and click on Legacy Tools. It's the small icon that opens a drop-down of older form field options. In the menu that appears, click the Drop-Down Form Field option. It looks like a small list with an arrow. A small gray field appears in your document. That's your first drop-down, the parent field. Now click at the end of your second question and repeat the same steps. Developer arrow, Legacy Tools arrow, drop-down form field. Two drop-downs are now in our form. The first one is going to be the parent, the one the user picks from first. The second one is the child, the one whose options will change based on what was picked in the parent. Let's set up the first drop-down. Double-click on it to open the Field Properties dialog. This is where we add the choices a user will see. In the drop-down item field at the top, type your first option. Type full-time and click Add. It moves down into the items in drop-down list below. Now add part-time, then contractor. One by one, same steps. All three options are in there. Now, here's the important part. Scroll down in this dialog to the Field Settings section. You'll see a Bookmark field. This is where we give our drop-down a name that we'll reference in the code later. Clear whatever's in there and type DD Employee Type. Keep it short, no spaces. Then click OK. Now double-click on the second drop-down, the Child field. Here's something that surprises people. We are not adding any options here. We're leaving the list completely empty. The options for this drop-down are going to be filled in automatically by our code depending on what the user picked in the first drop-down. So we just leave it blank. All we need to do is scroll down to the Bookmark field and give it a name. Type DD Work Schedule. Click OK. Two drop-downs, both bookmarked and named. Now let's write the logic that connects them. Okay, this is the part that sounds scary, but I promise it's not. We're going to open something called the Visual Basic Editor. This is a built-in tool inside Word that lets us add a small piece of code to make our drop-downs talk to each other. Press Alt plus F11 on your keyboard. The Visual Basic Editor opens up. It looks a bit technical, but don't worry. We're just going to paste some code in, not write anything from scratch. Click Insert in the top menu, then click Module. A blank white code window appears on the right side. This is where our code is going to live. Now copy the code below. I've put it in the description and pinned it in the comments, and paste it right into this blank module. Let me walk you through what this code is doing. In plain English, no jargon. This line tells the code, look for the drop-down called DD Employee Type, that's our parent field. This line says, and find the one called DD Work Schedule. That's our child field. And these lines say, if the user picked full-time, show these options. If they picked part-time, show these different ones. If contractor, show these. That's the whole logic. Really straightforward once you see it. Click Save. Then close the Visual Basic editor and come back to your Word document. We're almost there. One more important connection to make. The code exists, but we need to tell Word exactly when to run it. We want it to fire the moment a user picks an option from the first dropdown. Double-click the first dropdown to open its properties again. Scroll down to the Run Macro On section. You'll see two fields, Entry and Exit. Click the Exit dropdown. Select Populate dropdown from the list. This tells Word, as soon as the user makes their selection and moves on, run the code. Click OK. That connection is now made. Last step before testing. We need to restrict the document so it behaves like a proper form, meaning users can only interact with the drop-down fields, not accidentally edit the text around them. The Restrict Editing panel opens on the right. Under Editing Restrictions, check the box and make sure the drop-down below it says Filling in Forms. Click Yes, Start Enforcing Protection. A password dialog appears. You can set a password if you want, but for now, just click OK without one. The form is now locked. Let's test it. Click on the first dropdown and select Full-Time. Now click on the second dropdown. Look at that! The second dropdown shows exactly the 3 schedule options for full-time employees. Nothing else. Now go back and change the first dropdown to part-time. The second dropdown completely changes, now showing only part-time schedule options. And contractor gives us just 2 options, project-based and as needed. Every selection is perfectly relevant. No irrelevant options, no clutter. Now here's how you adapt this for any form you're building, because obviously you're not always going to need employment types and work schedules. There are only 3 things you need to change in the code. First, replace DD employee type with whatever you bookmarked your first dropdown as. Second, replace DD work schedule with your second dropdown's bookmark name. And third, replace the case values with your own parent options, and update the list entries under each case with your own child options. You can add as many cases and as many options as you need. The structure of the code never changes. You're just swapping out the words. And a few tips before you go. Bookmark names cannot have spaces. Use underscores instead, like DD_employee type, not DD employee type. If your macro isn't firing, a space in the bookmark name is usually the reason. Save your file as .docm, not .docx. Because our form contains a macro, Word needs to save it as a macro-enabled document. When you save, choose Word Macro-Enabled Document from the File Type dropdown. Otherwise, the code won't be saved with the file. Need to edit the form later? Go to the Developer tab and click Restrict Editing. Then click Stop Protection at the bottom of the panel. Make your changes, then re-protect when you're done. And that's it! A fully working dependent drop-down form built right inside Microsoft Word. If this helped you out, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you have a question or a topic you'd like me to cover, drop it in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.